Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be telling you about the basics of cloud computing. And by the end of this video, you will get an idea about what cloud computing is and why do we need it. So let's start. Cloud computing is a delivery on demand computing service. And basically, you are renting the machines rather than purchasing and keeping them with you. So you rent the machines, you use them, and then you return those back. You pay for what you have used and for how long you have used. This opens up the infrastructural limits and allows you to scale up your resources as per your need. You don't need to invest in the infrastructure upfront. Let us now see some examples of cloud computing. Most common examples of cloud services would be Gmail, Google Drive, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, etc. Basically, any service which lets you store any kind of data on a remote server or allows you to access the data which is not stored on your local machine is a cloud service for you. Cloud computing these days is becoming the default option for everyone, be it small company or the big ones. And you can simply subscribe to a cloud service and start taking the benefits of what it has to offer. Next up would be, why do we need cloud computing? So I'll give you an example and I'll try to keep it very simple for you guys to understand. So suppose you need to build an application for which you need a high-end machine or laptop. What will you do? And as per me, there would be two options. First one would be to buy a high-end laptop, which would cost you somewhere around 150,000 rupees. Once you purchase it, you use it to build your application. And what then? Do you wait for the next time you would need it, or would you wait for the next assignment you get? And maybe by that time, in next few years, that laptop would become outdated and you will have to spend more to upgrade it, or in worst case you might even need to buy another one with the latest configuration. So this approach doesn't actually work for me because basically we're just blocking our money. So let's look at the other option. The second approach would be to subscribe to a cloud service provider and get a machine with the same configuration that you require and build your application on that. You use that machine for building your application, and when it is not required you can release it, and you will just have to pay for the time that you have used it. This would actually cost you almost a tenth of the laptop that you were planning to buy. You can use the same machine the next time you want it, or else you can build another one with again maybe different configuration or the latest services which are available in that particular platform. So what is the future of cloud computing then? Basically, cloud is not just to save cost, but it also helps you to bury most of your infrastructural related issues. You won't need to buy new servers, update your applications, install new operating systems, or you won't even need to decommission and dispose of your hardware when it is outdated. As all these things, everything will be taken care by the supplier itself. You will have enhanced and more matured security levels than what a small or non-IT company could have. And rather than focusing on all these things, you can start investing time in your projects, innovations, planning, and you can invest time in marketing your own products and all the other things to increase your business. Now comes the question, who are the current leading cloud service provider in the world? So as of now, there are a lot of companies which have set up their own cloud ecosystems and are using them internally. But these are the few giants who have captured majority of the market with their latest, reliable, and user-friendly cloud solutions. Here you can see how the top service providers performed by the end of last year. Though AWS has the majority of the market share, Google Cloud and Alibaba have grown the most during the Q4 of 2019. So we will be exploring Google Cloud Console here and will perform some hands-on activities on few of their popular products in the coming videos. But before we begin with those activities, let us know few things about GCP. The most important thing is pricing. Google has better pricing than its competitors. Here's a comparison of similar compute instance on GCP, AWS, and Microsoft Azure. This is how the billing reflected in this comparison. So this shows the cost comparison of various cloud services using different configurations. During this comparison, different categories of virtual machines were used, and you can see the monthly pricing generated for AWS, Azure, GCP, and SoftLayer. So there is a huge gap between the cheapest one and the costliest one. It is said that in the current environment, the power is in the network. One thing that sets Google Cloud Hosting apart from some other players is that their network is one of the biggest in the world and it covers almost all the countries. It has a private distributed network between all the data centers, and this acts as the backbone of GCP. Another big advantage is security. Choosing GCP means you get the benefit of a security model that has been built upon over the course of 15 years and currently secures products and services like Gmail, Google Search, Google Maps, etc. And Google currently employs more than 500 full-time security professionals to manage all these services. Just to add to your knowledge, these are some of the companies using GCP. So guys, I hope you now have a basic understanding about the whys, wheres and whats of the cloud computing. In the next video, we will start exploring the Google Cloud Console. And before that, please hit the like button if you like this video. And for more videos, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.